It is Friday the 20th of July 2018. An awful lot of noise around us is because we're on a train and we are heading to London for the weekend. We have now arrived in London, however our first experience of travelling by LNER wasn't particularly positive, given that they were 40 minutes late into London. Anyway, we've got the tube across London and we're now at Victoria, waiting to leave to head to Crystal Palace. We are now at Crystal Palace and I'm walking up the road, and in a moment or two I should be turning right into the street where our flat is. Flat hasn't been occupied for a month, for a year, and it is empty at the moment, waiting tenants. We have a lettings agent working on it to take on tenants. No takers at the moment, sadly, but I'm expecting to see the garden completely overgrown, because although we had workmen to sort it out a few months ago, the upstairs flat never bothered to do anything with it, so I'm expecting it to be like a jungle when I get there. And here I am turning the corner now, and any time now I shall get to the garden, and we are I can see it now. It actually doesn't look too bad, but there's a dividing fence gone up, which is new, and yes, the front is looking rather overgrown. Let me just get through the gate. Yes, it is rather overgrown. Yeah, it looks as though the hazel tree has died, but the apple tree is still alive, that I planted a few years ago. But the bay tree has died. That'll have to come out. I don't actually have the key at the moment, because Richard's got that and he's engaged in conversation with somebody down the street, so I'm going to have a look at the back garden. And yes, equally a jungle as well. Would have been ideal to have brought the goats here. Would have cleared it in no time. Planted this bamboo about 15 years ago, and it is getting rather out of control. Some of these must be 6-7 metres high. Yeah, it's not happy with the fact that upstairs never bothered to do anything with the garden, but can't exactly force them. But they just left it all for us to do. So I'm down for the weekend, and it's just meant to be a sort of short break for me. Richard's here a little longer. He's meeting all his friends and so on, and former colleagues. And I'm hoping to have a sort of quick word with the lettings agent as well. We'll call on them whilst we're here. But there's no furniture in the flat now because it has been cleared, so we'll have a comfortable time sleeping on the floor. But we're going to try and get some blankets from the shops up in Crystal Palace Triangle. Richard moved out of the flat a year ago because he was quite ill, and he moved into our house, but also spent quite a bit of time in hospital over the past year. He's making a good recovery now, and as he moved into our house in the northeast in Gateshead, so that David and I could be his carers, and I think he is well on the way to recovery, but I'm still here as his carer, but I'm not here for the whole time he's down here. So here we are inside the flat, and I have to say that the contractors have done quite a good job in the place. So here in the kitchen we have, they haven't replaced the cooker yet, but that will be replaced shortly before new tenants move in, so our old cooker is there. But they've decorated throughout, and a nice bit of lino on the floor. The rest of the flat has been, the old carpet was stripped out and new carpet has been put in, and here in the main room, the living room, it's all been decorated, and We have again nice painted walls and nice new carpet, and round this way in the bathroom we have a new shower in, so new that I haven't actually used it yet, although I haven't been here to use it, so that explains that one. And the small back bedroom is nicely decorated, and although we did have a damp problem on this wall here, and they fixed that, so that's useful. And then in the main bedroom, good sized room here. Sounds like I'm trying to sell it here. It's all been decorated. Now, this room was half decorated, and it was like that for years, much to my annoyance, because the wallpaper had been half stripped off, but the job was never finished. So it now is. So hurrah! This room is now decorated. So I'm actually quite pleased with the job that they've done. So well worth the investment. I've been using a few spare minutes to try and catch up with video editing, and this is a video about how to make a gooseberry chutney, which I filmed on I can't remember. I think it was Monday. So I'm a few days behind schedule with video editing, so I'll grab any opportunity to do the editing. However, editing is about to stop, because we are going into central London and just have a meal somewhere, but then I've been press gang to go to see the new Mamma Mia film. Not entirely my cup of tea, but I have agreed to go.